Let's make a pretty complex object that we're grabbing from the internet. I've got a post on the Users of Chief Architect group that I'll point you to in just right now. In fact, here's our post, and first off, I'm gonna search this image with Google, and hopefully we'll find something, some other professional listing where, yes, we've got some dimensions here, right? So from there, I'm gonna copy this image. Now I'm gonna do kind of a cheater method here. I'm gonna bring this into Photoshop. So if you have Photoshop, this is kind of a cool method. So bringing this into Photoshop, and what I'm gonna do right off the bat is I'm gonna use, you could use the object selection tool or magic wand tool, whatever your preferred method is, but I'm basically selecting this bowl, okay? So I'm clicking on that and it's gonna make a highlighted selection. And I'm just gonna Control J to make that a new layer. And then I wanna Alt click on the visibility of that layer to just show that bowl. Now, if I Control click on that layer from here and use my G key and just go to a brand new layer, I'm gonna fill in based on that selection. So there we go. I'm going to actually invert this, fill in just a solid black, just like that. And I might erase some of this. So let me Control D to unselect, come in with a brush or an eraser. In fact, make sure that's 100% erase. Let's see. And this is a background eraser. Let me go regular eraser tool. And I'm just going to erase just this top half. Okay. From here, I actually want to erase half of this because I'll show you what we're doing next. So I'm holding my Shift key, erasing just half of that, or you could use your square mark key, grab that, and then delete. Okay. Now I only want to show that layer only. Okay. So I'm going to Control D to deselect. I'm going to crop, and let me clear my crop ratio so I can crop to whatever the heck I want. In fact, I might just do a ratio 1:1. So this is almost like a little bit of a Photoshop tutorial mixed with a Chief Architect tutorial, and both of them will help you out. So here's what I'm getting from this image is just that right there. All right. From here, let me go ahead and, or you can fill in the background. Let me export this PNG or JPEG, anything you want. I'm just going to put it to a temporary location, light fixture. From here, I want to get back to the internet and go to convertio.co. I've shown some similar workflows like this before, but here we go. We're going to choose that light fixture and we're going to convert this to CAD DXF. Okay, let's go ahead and hit the convert, wait for a second. And there we go. We get to download this as a DXF. Now I'm going to save that in that same location, light fixture DXF, in my send and delete folder. Let me get into Chief Architect. I'm going to get into, it doesn't matter that I'm in a wall elevation here, but previously I imported this picture. Now check this out. Let's just go ahead and import that DXF. Let's locate it. There we go. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Now, I took this image and did a point-to-point resize to the specifics of that image, right? So we could take this, kind of center it up on that image, and then we're going to look for that round edit handle. And it's kind of an elusive edit handle when you get this complex of a shape. So keep that in mind as you're kind of looking for this, but you got to look around, and if we just hit our zoom in key and kind of scroll around, it's pretty difficult to tell which ones are the round edit handle. You could try a concentric resize where we're just holding our C key for concentric, but you're going to see what happens there. So sometimes you've just got to shift select this item, right? And then from the shift select, we get this round edit handle, and we're going to shrink this down. Okay. And so we're still shift selected. I'm going to kind of line this up here, do one more little resize. It's almost looking perfect. Let's just do one more. There we go, something like that. Now, the bottom half of this, I think, is actually straight across. It's just that this is shot with perspective. So let me take me out of my zoom real quick. I'm just going to use a square rectangular polyline, and keep in mind this is placed in front of our CAD. I want to change that so that it's just behind our CAD layer, right? So space planning, there we go. So now we can see our CAD there. So I'm going to take a polyline and just take it right across the bottom of this, and I can move it into place, or reshape it into place, I should say. Something right about there. Okay, so now with that, I can do a fence select, and from the fence select, I can do a subtraction. And we're going to choose that polyline and don't want to retain original objects. There we go. We've got our shape. Now, the last bit of this is I actually want to disconnect this edge, get rid of it. Okay. And I've got one more edge here. I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to duplicate it. So I'm going to use copy paste. And when I've hit copy paste, we're going to look for that little round edit handle, which is right up here. And that's going to concentrically resize. Bam, just like that. Then I want to continue this handle down and then close up that polyline. Now I've got a closed polyline. The last thing I want to do is I want to make sure that this is snapped to this up here and that this is 90 degrees. There we go, even 90 degrees. And now that we have that set up, what can we do? Well, actually this is a little bit off center, it looks like. No, that's about right. All right. So I'm going to convert this polyline, make it a face, okay? And then this next part is important. I'm going to press OK. I'm going to select this edge right here. And from there, I want to use the revolve object. Now I need to look in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen here. This is the Z-axis. I want to revolve that object as if it's spinning around the Z-axis. So I need to specify Z-axis, and the angle of rotation is going to be 360 degrees. Let me press OK. It's going to take a second for Chief to figure that out. It did in fact create that shape. We can see this in our 2D plan view. Let me just grab this, bring this into view of my camera, and let's take a look at this thing. There we are. So if we take our object eyedropper tool, apply a little bit of glass to this, there we go. So that's a significant part of that symbol, and I would leave it up to anybody else to go ahead and finish this out. But that's how you can make a complex shape, and relatively easy. You don't have to spend a ton of time drawing this stuff out. You know, that's only about a 7-minute video. You could probably do it a little bit faster than that if you with some practice. So hopefully that helps you out. Appreciate you watching. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you found that here, and catch you next time.